Well, check it out. Now, Young Thugger motherfucker. Now, if you guys don't know, Young Thug is a new man these days, man. He released Slime Season 3 on March 25th. And I mean, don't worry. He's still flexible at heart. Believe me, he's still flexible. But these days, I mean, the blonde weave or dreads, whatever you call it, they're now jet black, or the worms that's in his head or whatever the case is. Also, the grills is out, like his teeth like really came back to life. If you saw what his teeth looked like before, I mean, it used to look like fucking chitlins. Now it actually looked like a nice set of teeth. Okay? That's what money does for you though, right? Now, he's focused on trying to prove everybody who actually believed him right that he is the one. Like Lear Cohen, his daddy, claims he's like the next Michael Jackson, the next Prince. By the way, rest in peace to Prince, and I'm very ashamed that I even compare Thugger to Prince, but that's not my words, that's Lear Cohen's. Now, he's dropped multiple mixtapes, countless amount of mixtapes in anticipation of his upcoming debut album, High Tunes. Now, Slime Season 3, which came out last month, was supposed to be the last mixtape before the album with Young Thug. You never know, though. So if you're wondering how this thing came about, because we saw him like he was really like saying Slime Season 3 so soon. Oh my God, so soon. Nigga, yeah, right. Now, it was marketed and it was actually announced, the release date, with a funeral procession. I mean, casket out, they were walking it down South by Southwest. And according to Thug and also the website yearofthethug.com, they had a eulogy for Slime Season 3 and an explanation why Slime Season even started. So there's no more Slime Seasons after this third one. Now, the explanation was this, right? They said basically music was stolen, and because hackers got the music, fans kept demanding music after hearing snippets as well, so it had to be aggregated into a project. They came up with Slime Season, which was the first, then Slime Season 2, then Slime Season 3. Now, it's only 8 tracks. It's really quick. I don't know why they don't call this shit an EP. I mean, it's 8 tracks. Now, it was actually put on sale, which, ironically, again, even though Young Thug have put like a couple of projects on sale, it's still widely available on like Spinrilla, Dat Piff, and even like SoundCloud, right? But he sold 38,000 records first week. Now, here's the thing. You probably think, wow, that's actually a big improvement, because with Bar to 60 did 18, with I'm Up, he did like 22. But in reality, he did 22 with Slime Season 3 as well. Now, what's the difference and where did the 38 come from? The 38 is the overall sales. He sold 22,000 raw sales, which means people purchased the tape from iTunes. And then with streaming, he gained like 16,000 sales. All right. Now, it's a big testament to his rollout and really 300 Entertainment's rollout with Apple Music. They linked up with Apple Music. Apple Music debuted Digits. They also had the mixtape on all the streaming sites. And basically, the big streaming sites like Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify accounted for a lot of goddamn sales. Not only that, YouTube as well. Young Thug is one of the most streamed artists on YouTube. Now, let me say this. For a lot of Young Thug fans, it appears that he has a big fan base. And I've always said, why is his number so low when we have like Kevin Gates selling over 100,000? It appears that Young Thug fans will stream his album more than they'll actually buy it, at least for these mixtapes, okay? Now, let's go through the tracks. 8 tracks, 4 of them are produced by London on the track, 1 by Michael Made It, which the lead-in track is produced by Michael Made It. But it's very interesting to note, man, it's so fucking short, it should have been an EP. I'm going to keep saying that. Now, let's talk about each. Number 1, With Them. Now, it kind of starts off with production by Michael Made It. It's not much of an intro, but Thug doesn't really do the cinematic type of thing. He just kind of jumps into it. We hear him talking about his new teeth, and I'm telling y'all, if y'all saw those fucking firecrackers that used to be in his mouth before, this is a big accomplishment. By the way, the track is very turned up. Track 2 is a track called Memo. It's a dope track. You hear a crooned out Young Thug. And again, if you don't like Thug, this is pure, unadulterated, hot, steaming shit. And if you do like Young Thug and you're used to this particular style, you'd probably think this is a dope record. Number 3 is a track called Drippin'. Thug is trying to like showcase some lyricism with playing with some demonic imagery. Yo, what's up, man? What the fuck is up with these rappers and constantly dropping 6 into their fucking rhymes? I mean, like, remember when Jay-Z came in and he started like with a bunch of Illuminati references trying to confuse fans? Nowadays, all these rappers are trying to throw in some type of 666 reference. What the fuck is going on, all right? Decent track. The second verse was kind of like, but it's a decent track overall. 4 is a track called Slime Shit, and I ain't gonna lie, man, surprisingly, this was shit. All right, whack. All right, I mean, all those chefs in the kitchen really made for a bad meal. Sometimes you can't have too many people that's trying to drive one car, okay? It was on focus, no chemistry, and I was really surprised at that because every time Young Thug usually gets a feature, and sometimes he puts some people that we might not know too well, but it's always good features. And this track, which it does have some people which we know or we heard about before, but it just wasn't meshing, and to me, I thought it was a whack track. I'm sorry to say. Now, track 5 is a track called Digits. Easily the best track on the tape. I mean, it's a track that he teased on Instagram, on Snapchat for months, and it definitely delivered, at least in my opinion, in every aspect. It's a song that was possibly slated for the album, but like I've always said, like, just drop the album. I mean, drop the tracks that people want. Don't tease it and don't deliver, because if you tease it and then we get a project and it doesn't have what you were teasing on it, it kind of makes it seem like you're putting out throwaway tracks. And also, you think you have a banger that you can't remake, so you don't want to put it out. Listen, you got to be confident in yourself. Focus on quality, not quantity. And if you're going to tease people and get that reaction where people want it, deliver by giving a track, and you should be confident in your ability to make another track that's even better than that you can save for the album. All right, so I'm fucking with the track. By the way, Meek had an additional verse on it. Apparently the final track for Digits is Young Thug featuring Meek, and there's going to be a video shot, so look out for that soon. Number 6, Worth It. It's a very relaxed track, and I mean, I enjoy the track a lot. It's a love track, but it's a love track to who? And so I like the track, you know what I mean? But again, we're talking about Thugalicious. I mean, it could be a love track to Rich Homie Quan. It could be a love track to Birdman Sandusky. Or it could be a love track to his girlfriend, Jerica Carle. So a lot of people are saying this to Jerica Carle. It's like a Valentine's Day love song. So I like the song, and it shows a little bit different side of Young Thug. So I'm really fucking with it. Track 7 is a track called Tattoos. I mean, it's a very dope track. I love the hook. I'm not gonna lie. I got a feeling one of these niggas gonna try me. This shit is pretty turned up, and it shows how my dude could really get on some very eccentric flows. And also, man, he has an ability to try to catch a sweet spot, if not for an entire song, for like either a hook, maybe for a part of a verse, because he switches flows very often, and I'm really fucking with this track. Now, track 8 is a track called Problem. It was a decent track to kind of end the whole thing off. I think it could have been a little bit better. We've heard this track actually being teased. And another thing about like teasing tracks as well, sometimes a snippet will sound better than the song. When you hear a snippet, which is the best part of the actual song, and then you hear the full song, you're like, damn, I wish the whole song was just a snippet, but the snippet went harder than the song. So, I mean, it was a decent track, but that's pretty much it. Now, that's the end of the album. That's pretty quick, ain't it? I mean, we're already done talking about the album. Now, my overall thoughts is this. I'm glad that the Slime Season series is over, only because I think it was about to get thinner and thinner. Okay, again, it's a collection of tracks. It's random tracks, no cohesiveness, no togetherness, and because of that, it doesn't really kind of hold the listener as it should. We do get like 1 or 2 or sometimes maybe even 4 or 5 joints, so you could be like, yo, those are my joints. And on every one of his tapes, we always got a couple joints for like, yo, damn, those are my joints. But if you're going to just put random songs together, we could just grab random songs off all your tape and make a super tape, and that would be really banging. I think we're looking for a little bit more from Young Thug at this point, and just some type of cohesiveness and some type of like level-headedness, not in terms of the rhymes or what he's saying, but for him to have a vision and try to take fans along a journey. All right, so I'm giving this project a 3.7 rating out of 5. I felt it was better than I'm Up. I think he's getting better, and I'm honestly hoping that once he drops this album, we'll actually see his vision come together and actually see him put something down that stands the test of time, because most of these joints are so random. If they're not bumping, we just kind of forget them. I'm sorry to say. Get a comment, what you guys like. Definitely subscribe. Also, I do fuck with the idea that he's trying to go for more quality than quantity, which means him putting out 8 tracks, which is the least amount of tracks he's put out in a while. Him doing that is kind of saying that, listen, I believe in these 8 tracks. I don't got to give you 20 or 25 to try to convince you that my project is hot. I believe in these 8 tracks, okay? But, again, my rating's 3.7 out of 5. I want you guys to let me know. Are you feeling this, or you think it's just whack as a motherfucker? Get in the comment box what you guys like. Definitely subscribe to Akademiks. I'm out.